Hi, guys.
Ready? Hi, guys! Jake and Marissa back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel.
For the third time in a row, the original stream would not go.
I'm so sorry. Thank you to everyone who is currently jumping over. I'm sorry that we have once again had the same technical difficulty. I don't know what the cause of this is.
It's really bothersome.
I like, we had it set up. It was good to go. Even had like the extra, you know,
it was up 10 minutes early.
For whatever reason, it just needs to load. We just need to start it up twice. I don't know why.
I don't either.
And and Marissa's sharing the new link to everyone. But fortunately, everybody seems to have gotten pretty good at jumping over between the streams.
Well done, everyone. Well done.
Yeah. You guys are very good at crossing the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Very dangerous, but they've gotten quite skilled at. And yeah, Marissa's making sure that everything's shared properly.
I shared everything. I'm just deleting the old link before some poor sucker gets sent there.
Right. All right. How are we? We are doing okay.
Oh, I gotta get up the live chat again.
Yep. Marissa has just returned from being out of town all weekend.
I was in the woods. It was cold.
Yeah, that's how the woods tends to go. But yeah, I know we haven't. It's been a little while since our last live reaction because we didn't do our usual Lupin Ranger live.
There was no episode of Lupin Rangers.
Yep. And I was busy with canvassing for election stuff.
And I was busy prepping for my LARP this past week.
Yeah, so it was a busy week for us. I'm willing to bet pretty much everyone in the chat has seen the finale already.
Yeah.
So please do not spoil us. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all ends.
Apparently, it ends meh.
Here's the thing. At this point, the good
news is it ends.
I hate to say this about the Saban brand seasons, but it's fairly true. Every season since Saban Brands has taken over has had some serious problems in one way or another.
I mean, even Dino Charge managed to blow it on the last episode.
Yeah, the finale just went crazy. So considering how crazy the Dino Supercharge finale was, I'm curious to see if they managed to pull out something anywhere near as insane and absurd for this finale. Like, I want to see if my brain explodes.
I hope your brain does not explode. I'm not a big fan of exploding brain.
Fair enough.
Besides which, if your brain explodes, you'll be dead.
Yeah,
I don't have a husband anymore.
And
I'll have to clean your brain matter off of the apartment walls.
Oh, Master Rider Blue has just started watching Power Reviews. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, it's never a bad time to start checking that out. I did do some good filming and stuff for episode 86 today to take care of a few pickup shots, so progress is being had. I really want to try and get some more work done quickly. Fingers crossed. We'll see how this week goes. As soon as I feel like I'm in a good place for announcing it, I will. I'm pushing it. I'm going to be doing a strong push on that. I've also been having to take care of various car problems. I will likely be getting a new car sometime soon.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, we got people flooding in, looking good. I always like to give people a good 5 minutes to get in here.
Before we start, yeah.
And this one, I made sure to clear plenty of room on the camera this time.
We have 2 hours worth of camera time.
We're not going to use it all, obviously, but
this is kind of infinite because it's just streaming to YouTube.
But I don't want us to get cut off again like last time.
When we were having problems with there's apparently some software that you can run your camera through to sort of
to connect it to the live stream.
It helps, I guess, process the video before it goes out the stream in order to make it
smoother. Oh, that could be nice. Yeah, because I know that
we could reduce lag.
I know that
if
our
we got a bit
lives.
of
I know the
software.
live stream is not the smoothest thing, so that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons we continue to post the normal edited version as well. All right, so we are 5 minutes in. We got over a dozen people already.
It's time
So
to start.
tell your friends we're watching the finale. Let's see what happens. All right.
Seriously,
So
guys.
here we go. It is finally time for the series finale of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, reaching the Nexus.
Allons-y.
Oh, that's specific.
This is a legitimate previously. So
Yeah.
it's a gnat. It keeps trying to fly in my face.
What? Really?
They they broke up.
Narrator dude, you are earning your paycheck right now, and it's great. They broke up. I don't know if anything can top narrator guy saying they broke
Actually,
up.
no, this
That set a
technically
high bar
is, in
already.
fact, the series finale, even if there is a Christmas episode.
I consider the
This
Christmas
is not
episode to be the
last
epilogue.
episode, but it is the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, that was hilarious.
Okay, so they're going after
Announcer
Madonna.
dude going, they broke up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Probably not.
He's not fine.
He's
though.
not fine.
Redbot, are you there?
Yes, President.
Redbot, you might be useful for some reason.
No.
Why? Oh, right, because Mick knows where you are. That's a good point. And there is, and wow, they still have half the Super Ninja Steel.
Run, Redbot!
Oh my!
Run!
Blowing up the base.
Power Rangers tradition.
Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Go! Go! Power Rangers, Ninja Steel, and evil with all our might together, Ninja Steel. Never give up without a fight together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go! Setting out for what is right together, Ninja Spin. Watching out all day and night together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. Go,
I can feel this
Go.
piece of hair.
Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel.
Redbot, no! If only you weren't superfluous, says Masked Rider.
Hey, maybe he might actually serve a purpose. It's the finale. He could do something. Oh wow. Really? Really, Redbot? Wow. Oh, that's cool. Whee! Just keep teleporting people up. Which for some reason they need to do from a single location. There's Calvin. That was a weird delayed facial reaction from Sarah.
Well, she's doing it anyway.
Yep, they're going to do a marchy march. They're going to marchy march with that funky bunch. Okay, there we go, going up to the Warrior Dome.
They're still marching in place.
Which is a weird thing.
Really? That was
Wow.
confusing.
Those bashers are not paying attention.
At all.
Silly basher bots. These guys aren't doing any better. Yep.
What's Mick doing?
Oh. Oh, they...
That looks like the one that he hit with the sword.
It's the original Nexus star. Wait, who is... Whoa. Wow, that is a very powerful fan.
Probably because it's not a real fan.
She got away pretty easily. Redbot, you were almost useful. What? No, you're not.
Odious beat us to the ninja super steel and took the prison. We'll get them
Oh
back.
my.
How are you two doing?
They're on.
Been mind controlled.
No, Calvin.
He was teleported up to the warrior dome,
Calvin.
so we followed.
They're on the ship. I must speak with them. I have news. Sarah, Haley, I've discovered how Odious's mind control works. He's broadcasting a spell from the ship with some secret satellite dishes.
Well,
you must destroy them to stop the signal and fix all
yeah,
the
that makes sense.
Okay. Be careful. The ship has sensors that can detect if you morph.
Don't worry, guys. We're on it.
So don't morph.
Really?
The ship is full of humans.
It has sensors for that. That's interesting.
Pardon my M&Ms. I am starved.
Are those the white chocolate ones?
Yes.
That's right.
Sure.
Oh wow, Victor and Monty are still doing their clown act.
These poor guys. As long as this has gone on, that means they've been running from balls for like a half an hour at least.
Yeah. What? What? Those are going to explode.
Yes, they are.
This is.
Although I will admit, if you can't, wait, wow, they can actually juggle.
If you drop them, they explode. Oh. Well, then throw them
Oh
at.
no, those are CG.
Yeah.
For a moment there, I thought they actually.
Well, the characters apparently can juggle. I love the satellite sign. That's beautiful. Okay, there you go. Nice little fight here, Sarah.
Big old icon of a speed where they're keeping the satellite dishes. No.
Sarah's doing some good moves against these bashers. Well, I think this is probably... Also, Victor and Monty, you have explosives. Throw them. What? Why would you do that? Why didn't they explode? What? Why would you throw those in your pants? Why would you throw grenades in your pants?
Take them. They are grenades. But those kind of clown pants generally have sort of a little hammock in the front.
Even so.
So it's probably no different than catching them.
Ooh. She's safe for like 100 years or whatever. This has been her goal. Interesting. We finally get to hear her goal. Cool. She has a goal. We had not established a goal for her this entire time.
The only way that they could not have exploded is if they managed their pants hammock correctly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we remember this stuff. This is all stuff that we've seen in sort of the recaps.
But the dumb is why they didn't pitch the bombs at the monsters' faces.
Yeah.
Wait a second. If Odysseus one is made from super steel, he can be more powerful than Dad.
Yeah,
ooh,
that's the idea.
Good point.
How strong she'll be.
Hey, Dave.
Dad.
Are you mind controlled?
Mm-hmm.
I'll destroy you. Dad. No.
Dramatic zoom. Okay, so apparently this is what we've been waiting for from. This is the only like individualized use of the mind control outside of Mix so far. Also, I find it really funny that in like the one episode that doesn't flash back, that doesn't have the opening narration flashing back to the first episode, they still flash back for the first episode. We can't escape that clip of Calvin X taking the Nexus star. Oh, that's cute. Oh wow, those two little girls are adorable. So yeah, apparently Madame Odious's goal this whole time has been to raise an army and gain. So she's had 2 goals apparently. You know, not that she's made any efforts towards raising an army before now, despite having the ability to create armies, which we have established before, like in Dimensions of Danger. So apparently it was always just sort of something I guess she just could do at any point, and then just decided to finally do that.
Okay, but if that's Tony Stark, who's in the Hulkbuster?
You've seen Infinity War.
All right.
You're silly.
I am silly.
Look,
right, so I just spent my weekend in the woods. I have eaten a huge amount.
Caleb would say you should have there's Lion Galaxy, Scorpion Galaxy, Wolf Galaxy, Scale Galaxy, Snake Galaxy, Chameleon Galaxy, Eagle Galaxy, Swordfish Galaxy.
The clip is outside our door.
What? Oh god. Oh man. But yeah, it's like this entire season, Madame Odious hasn't really made any efforts towards either of the goals that she just stated. Oh.
Zyron had to go. Their Wi-Fi's crapping out.
Oh, that's a shame.
Does that count?
I don't like using that one, so yeah.
17:10.
Even though it's like not actually anything that would be bleeped, it's one I don't want. So. This is adorable.
Yeah, but I'm still so against girls' Legos.
That's fair.
They didn't need to make... I mean, it's fine to have Lego friends and like, all this shopping center stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But did you need to make them incompatible with actual Legos?
It's
I mean, technically speaking, the buildings are compatible, but the scale is all wrong.
Anywho.
Because is he eating sauerkraut?
I think so. But anyway. Yeah, at no point throughout like the entire season has Madame Odious really made any efforts towards either of the goals she's accomplishing in the finale until the lead into the finale. When was the last time that she even made an effort to take the Power Stars?
Never.
Like...
No! Dad! No! The way this freezes on our side... Does this freeze on your guys' side every now and then, too?
Yeah,
it freezes on our guy's side every now and then. And I catch myself, and I look like one of those derp memes, and it's kind of embarrassing, because it catches me, like, mid-movement.
Oh. Here we go. How long does the prison take to... Well, I guess a Nexus star does take a while. What? Thank you. Okay, Haley, do something. Blow it up.
The science one? Really?
Why are you walking so slowly? Oh, are you going to fight Calvin now? Oh, wow. You're on the edge of the thing. Yes, you're going to fight Calvin. Because evil.
I know you're in there somewhere, speech.
Calvin, you are...
They're going to get back together because his love is so strong he can't actually destroy her, and she forgives him.
Or... Why didn't you use that on the thing? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Wow, that is instantaneous. Even though the beam has not stopped, that was instantaneous. so many people marching. And they're like, where are we? What? Getting out of here. Oh my, oh my. Oh, he's okay now. He's okay. There we go.
You're back to normal. You're okay. Sarah and Haley must have stopped the signal.
Yep, that happened.
We're okay, Dad.
Hey, Mick. Mick's back to being Mick.
Even though he got shot with the mini cannon.
Yeah. That really doesn't make any sense, does it?
Those are yours.
Cool. Thank you.
You wanted me to be honest. Uh-oh.
Not so fast. The army was only part of my plan.
This is true.
This will be your doom.
Hey, that worked. Yep, that's not helpful. Just take Dane's sword. Go to town on it. Really, you're not gonna try and do the exact thing that you guys did in the first episode? You're not gonna try that?
Apparently not.
That would have been a good idea. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yep, she's doing the slowly turn to red like Galvanax did in that first episode.
It's not your fault. Listen,
They broke up.
I'm sorry for breaking up with you. I never should have been upsetting you for telling me the truth.
Sure you should have.
Honest
He
God,
did other things that were...
that's the thing I
No,
love
no.
most about
Oh,
you.
wow.
Let's face
This
it.
is so weak.
I was wrong too. And
Yeah.
I promise
You were
to
wronger.
be kinder when I know the truth may hurt your feelings.
But even so, like,
Let's
you
save the world.
were still stupid. Like, everything about that was still very silly. Wow, Sarah's been just holding the line this whole time. Oh,
All
hey,
the
humans! Yay, humans doing human things.
I love it.
Whee! Trash shoot. Wow, Basherbots, you are not capable. All right,
Back in action.
everybody good.
Glad to hear it.
I want to go home right now.
You'll go home.
Everyone.
My power rising.
Oh, apparently we don't need to see the teleportation part.
No, they just came
Have
down.
you just been... Stop just standing and looking.
I'm pretty sure they just came down separately on their own some other way.
Just not doing anything. Woo. Oh, that's cool looking.
Kudos to the CG department.
And now they're landing in random rubble area, despite nothing having been destroyed up until now. I don't know. I guess she just did a bunch of damage.
Leave this to us. You don't need to tell me twice.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so Dane is evacing
Mick.
Mick. Whoa!
She's very
You're like an angry ice cat princess lady.
yeah.
But it's exactly what we're gonna do.
You don't generally do wise things. It's okay. Yeah, she's kind of ramped up the whole kitsune look into full-on nine-tailed fox
Yeah.
with the tigers on her shoulders for some reason.
Right, that is kind of a nine
Well,
tail.
I think she probably has nine. She has a lot of tails right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did change her voice a little bit, Dan. She's got definitely a little bit of more of a waver than before.
Yeah, kind of like a robo
Yeah,
voice.
it's like a vibrating with power voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole the whole Haley and Calvin conflict was pretty contrived, but it's over now, so that's a thing.
Wait, what?
Apparently you can put your own name on the Knights list because that's, I mean, if it works for like corporations for writing their own regulations, then why not be allowed to put yourself on the nice list?
I feel like Santa probably has veto powers.
I feel like he should. So yeah, Redbot still hasn't really served any purpose outside of
Malfunction! Don't do it!
He basically provided someone to be at the base during the attack of the base.
We still don't even know where the prism came from.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting us to ever know that.
Anthony's right, though.
Yeah, that's like, okay, I'm not going to complain about we don't know where the prism came from, because let's face it, we don't know where the Quasar Sabers originally came from, technically. We don't know where, let's see, what else? Where did the Ninja Storm powers come from?
16, I think 16 might actually be a bit young for that.
A bit young for what?
Oh, apparently teenagers are trying to get them to lower the voting age by 2 years. But I mean, frankly, most of us don't even understand exactly how the government works at that age.
Well, most of us don't understand exactly how the government works when we're adults. But I would admit that
I think if they moved civics from senior year to sophomore year, then that would be okay.
I think if the voting process was integrated into your high school curriculum.
That's what I said. If they moved civics into the 10th grade instead of 12th grade.
I think that'd be fine. So yeah, now we're getting into the holiday advertisement for things, even though I'm sorry. Personally, I don't think that the Christmas season starts until Santa debuts at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's my personal opinion. Until then, it's not the Christmas season.
Well, no, see, Daniel, not everything's at the same age. You can drive at 16, and you can drink at 21, and you can vote at 18.
And you can rent a car at 25.
So you don't really have to have everything on the same age. So moving voting to 16 does not mean you would have to move drinking to 16.
And we're back to Odious. Let's see what's going to happen. Yep. Yeah, you are super powerful now.
She has got 9 tails. So just count them.
Yep.
She's in a whole new league of power. Come on, we gotta go make a plan.
What? You're running away. Wait. What? Wait. Oh, what? Did they just... Okay, so they've been teleporting people down in chunks.
Yeah, well, they teleported them up in chunks. So there must be a limit to the number of them that they can teleport at once.
I find it funny that... Oh, they still have them. There we go. This is... Wait, are you about to destroy those two? Is that what's about to happen? What? Wait, what? What?
Disproportionate grenades.
How did that, blow up the whole ship? Why did you give them those? And why did the first one they blew up?
I don't understand why... Yeah, I was going to say. I understand why you would give them minor explosives that would hurt people, because you wanted them to get hurt. And even hurt monsters.
Yeah. Okay, so they're going to try and... What? Really? You're using Preston's magic to merge them back together? Okay, sure, why not?
Enter the prison.
Or reaching the Nexus. Reaching the Nexus.
A gnat is everywhere.
What? Wait. Okay. What?
We're full of Nexus energy.
What?
Just like my dad was. Only this time, we're a whole team.
Okay.
We each have the energy of all 6 power stars.
I don't know how that works, but okay. I'm going to go with okay.
Rangers fear no danger, my butt.
They definitely feared danger. That's why they... Okay, so now they're the Super Ninja Steel. There we go.
So wait, they didn't become...
Oh, I just realized
ninja?
that her little mallet thing has been turned into a sword. I saw she had a sword. I didn't realize it grew out of her mallet.
Yeah, the mallet is the pommel.
Yeah. Wow, this is anticlimactic.
This is the first time I've heard them say it.
I think that's fair. Well, they do keep saying in the opening, they're Power Rangers, super ninja. I'm okay with that being a finale.
Hope you enjoyed the series finale of Galaxy Wars.
Yep. Oh, this is a cool shot. I like the little orbital shot of this, powerful sword showdown. And they just... Okay, sure, why not?
I feel like this is all from the Sentai.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely Sentai. It's nice Sentai. It's nice footage. It's very shiny. And that's the end of Odious. So, okay. Did that exhaust their power, or no? Okay, they still have their powers apparently. Cool.
You guys don't even know the ship was blown up, do you?
Oh, really? Is this one? Yep. This is
gonna get his 50th trophy.
There we go. There we go. There you go. It's got a picture of. It's got a little sculpture of the world on top. Sure, why not? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit happy for him. Like,
I kind of have too. Oh! There go their powers.
Just because he's been working for it for so long. You're kind of happy for him. Yeah, I see. They're going into the prism for some reason. I guess they're releasing their powers into the prism.
But we're still standing.
Yeah.
So is the prism with its Nexus superstar.
So what happens now?
They arrived at our house. Prism's done helping us. Somebody else might need it now.
Okay.
Goodbye, and thank you.
Okay. Oh, it's covering itself with ninja steel again. Interesting.
And flying away.
Yep.
To wherever it's needed next.
What is it? To just sprinkle them with? Okay, it looked like it was sprinkling them with like fairy dust or something.
So the legend of a Nexus prism continues.
Okay.
We're really gonna miss you, Mike.
Because he's gonna go home.
Just take the world without you. And you, Redbot.
No, Redbot really didn't help.
It was truly a great honor to fight beside you, Rangers.
I hope someday our paths cross.
What legend, Mick? What legend to the Ninja Prism? Why have we not heard this legend? Good point, Anthony.
They talk about it always being a legend. There we go. Everybody's going
I'll
on.
never forget you guys.
Bye, Mick.
Call sometime.
Bye, Redbot. And Redbot's just kind of jumping in.
I'm not leaving.
Oh, he's not leaving,
Did
really?
you say you're not leaving?
Why not?
No. Come on, I love the teaching show.
And besides, I've set up a satellite link so that I can talk to my parents every night.
Okay.
You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, and let us know how awesome you are, and this and that. And
Where is Dane?
now,
I don't know.
shall we get back to work? After all,
He stopped mattering at some point.
And I know you guys have exams coming up. Oh, and what about training? You may not be Rangers anymore, but we are still a team.
Okay.
What are you going to train him? Calisthenics? I'm
Yeah,
going
we
to
can-
kill this gnat sooner or later.
Yeah, there's a little bug keeps flying around.
He
And
probably
that's
walked
the
off
end
the
of it.
set wanting his paycheck.
Nah, we're good. Okay, so that is the end of Super Ninja Steel.
It
Um,
was every bit as meh and anticlimactic as all y'all told us at the beginning of the chat.
It was everything resolved in the ways that
Things just get resolved.
Yeah. Like.
Yep. No, you told us, Anthony. You
Yeah.
definitely told us.
I'm not terribly surprised. It's pretty much what I was. Like I said, I was going in with no expectations. I mean, you know, some of the little moments of, you know, of character resolution were sweet. You know, even if Mick didn't end up leaving, you know, everybody saying goodbye. That was sweet. Victor and Monty, you know, Victor finally gets his trophy.
Nah, this is Earth. I live here now.
That's cute.
No Beast Morphers promo. You're right, Cool Caleb. It went directly into SpongeBob, which
Yeah,
is
that's
why we
not
directly paused
That's
it.
not that unusual.
Yeah, but it was the end of the last episode, so it would have been nice.
Yeah,
They promoted the next season.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not something I've come to expect in the current era.
No, it was just commented on the chat.
Yeah, and I was commenting on the comment. But yeah, it was.
Oh, it's dumb that Brody said "Game over, ninjas win" instead of "Show's over, ninjas win."
Yeah, because it was a
Galaxy
show.
Warriors.
So I guess that's the end of Cosmo and Badana, probably. I mean, we didn't get any. There were definitely a few things where it just felt like it kind of.
Yeah, those grenades were way OP.
That was weird.
Because, frankly, like I said, they should have been like the first one was that we saw go off. The sort of thing that could maim a living creature in the vicinity, but not blow out the hull of a spaceship.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't have minor weapons on a spaceship that can blow out the hull of the spaceship.
Yeah.
This is why in all the science fictions you have individuals using phased plasma rifles. Because
so that they don't damage the hull.
Damage the hull.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was this finale the most underwhelming?
I mean,
I don't remember anything more underwhelming, but I may have just forgotten it because it was underwhelming.
Trying to think how it compares to last season. I feel like it wasn't any more impressive than last season.
Why does the Nexus prism look like a star? Well, they're all shurikens, so
it's thing.
It's like a Nexus shuriken.
That's just what it is. It's just a flying space star.
VA Game says Badana and Cosmo will not be back for the Christmas episode, so they are probably dead.
Yeah, that seemed to be like. I feel like if they had survived, then there would have been at least some tease there.
Yeah.
That was weird easy. Them taking out
Megaforce
the Galaxy
DC or
Dome.
this? If we have to choose between Megaforce, Dino Charge, and this, it's gonna be Dino Charge.
Well, I think it's comparing finales.
Look, Dino Charge may have messed it up by unextincting the dinosaurs, but at least it was not something I would call underwhelming.
That's true. I mean, this wasn't that different from, like, for instance, the Super Samurai finale, where it's just like, okay, we're going to be Eatable Monster because that one was a little bit.
My favorite part of this stronger. Was that it had one of my favorite elements from the Megaforce finale.
Yeah.
Which was back. I mean, my favorite character in Super Megaforce was the man with the golf club.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I do not want to go to the dinosaur zoo.
You wouldn't want to go to a dinosaur zoo?
No.
But all those movies make it look so fun.
Have you seen Jurassic Park?
They
That's how you get eaten on a toilet.
So fun.
Super Megaforce ending overhyped.
Well, it was overhyped going into it, yeah. I don't know why anyone had expectations after the rest of Megaforce. I didn't hear the hype because I'm outside the fandom, and I guess I'm glad because that did not deserve any hype at all. Yeah.
It's almost as if the show didn't really end; it just stopped.
Well, to an extent,
it finished.
Yeah, which is really what it felt like here.
Yeah,
this just felt like, okay, we're done now. That's
what I'm saying. It didn't have a grand ending. It just we're done.
Yeah,
no more.
Odious came up with a plan
Made herself more
That was-
powerful than anything else ever before, and then they went and used Preston's magic to make themselves even more powerful than that.
Yeah, which is weird.
And it's not like they haven't had those stars and that wand all season.
Yeah. This was apparently a power they had the whole time. I also don't know how that power works.
The power was in you all along.
Yeah. Like,
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Apparently, there's a magic. You can just cast a magic spell, and then all of a sudden, all the Rangers have the power of all 6 Rangers together. And I don't really know why that was a thing that worked.
Yeah, I don't really get it either.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
This show cared more about B plots than A plots.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that it did its B plots particularly well either.
Dino Charge at least had the goal of the Energems to keep it interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things with. All right, so Super Ninja Steel is probably one of the most directionless seasons we've had in a while.
It really just meanders a lot.
Yeah.
Which is funny, though, because we've been doing the reactions to Lupin Ranger versus Potter Ranger, which is also very meandery.
Yeah.
But not nearly this annoying.
Yeah. Well, it seems to at least have a direction.
Yeah.
This one doesn't seem to have a direction.
Hashtag
Really.
end of Neo Saban era.
Yeah, pretty much. We've got the Christmas episode left, and that's the end of the Saban Brands era. But this is the last, big finale of the Saban Brands era, and unfortunately, I wouldn't say that we haven't really had any big standouts. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was entertained by Legendary Battle because it was it was bombastic and absurd.
We got nowhere in this series.
Yeah.
Deca Master fan, Kamen Rider Brave is done with Power Rangers.
That's a shame. I am interested
Well, we'll
to see
miss
these
you
morphers.
because that's the content we're putting out. Unless you want to go hang out on our Sentai stuff.
I mean, there are
we
plenty.
still do Sentai.
There are people who watch our live reactions without watching the show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a thing.
People do that?
Yeah, they do. Apparently we're less irritating for them. It's an opinion. I'm not saying that we are like I'm saying that's the opinion of certain people who watch this channel.
So you mean like when people used to watch that guy with the glasses instead of the movie?
Yeah, stuff like that. Even though this is longer than the actual episodes.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I do hope that we get.
Jake was just saying that he doesn't think there's going to be one there.
I mean, there might be a Beast Morphers promo after the Christmas special. I don't know. I'm not expecting anything. We are entering a new era. It'll be interesting to see how it's handled. But I guess we can. But let's talk a little bit about this era.
It didn't feel like a final episode and was boring at times. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It didn't really end. It just finished.
Well, something like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, it felt like, okay, we have reached the stopping point of this series, so we're going to finish off everything that's left to finish off. We have to make the...
Makerez hasn't seen an episode of Ninja Steel since the anniversary.
Yeah. We need to make sure that
Thanks for being
Matamodius
with us, Omega.
finally gets the Ninja Stars, or in this case, the Ninja Super Steel, just like, Galvanax got the stars at the end of last season. The character needs to accomplish the goal that they tried to accomplish in the first episode. No efforts in between to accomplish that goal. Hey, Frankie.
Put him here between us.
He's very uncomfortable at the moment. There it goes.
Because I was clumsy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being clumsy.
Hey, little Frank. But yeah, it's a shame that Super Ninja Steel just never felt like it had a sense of direction and purpose. Like pretty much all that it really continued from last season was, okay, we resolved Odious. She was left alive at the end of last season, and then we
Power Rangers is not a parody of Sentai; it's an
Yeah.
adaptation.
And
There's a
then
difference.
and then we got
The Calvin and Haley drama did not belong in the finale.
it was manufactured. It was an attempt at something. It was just like we had. It was just like the fight with Dane. It just kind of happened.
Well, Zachary Shiloh wants to know which episode of Ninja Steel you thought was best.
As far as this season, probably Love Stings or Dimension in Danger for different reasons.
What do you know? Those are the responses that other people are putting in the chat too.
Yeah. Love Stings was the most competent episode of the season, I would say. And then Dimensions in Danger was, a fun romp to celebrate.
Which was Love Stings?
That was the one with the with Venema and the Love Arrows.
Oh,
With Preston and Sandy, where Victor and Monty were actually funny in that one, and the B plot made sense, and the moral made sense and was executed well with some level of nuance. And we got a cool fight from Preston with Venema. There were a bunch of little things that made that episode work better than most. So Frankie, want to wave to the people? Yes? No? Okay.
Now you upset him.
I think he was already upset.
Oh. He was enjoying his under the chin scratches before.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's. I was hoping I would have more to say about this episode. It just kind of.
Yeah, we were like, this could be a really long review. And
it just kind of ticked off the check marks of. Okay,
we're done here. It feels like I just came home from LARP, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It feels like game off.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone. We beat the bad guy. Go to your cabins, sweep up.
Yeah.
We got to tie up gather your garbage, gather your things. Say hi to the people that you were mean to in game, and let them know that out of game you're good with them.
I'm disappointed.
And everybody have a great time, guys. Well played. We're done.
Cosmo went out really anticlimactically. Madonna really never did anything throughout the whole season outside of just point her fan at people occasionally. She had one fight that she didn't win. Which
was the best season of Neo Saban era?
Dino Charge.
Hands down.
The first season of Dino Charges. It's been everything leading up to Dino Charge was not very good, and unfortunately, it has been downhill since Dino Charge. Dino Supercharge was not as good as Dino Charge. Ninja Steel was not as good as Supercharge, and Super Ninja Steel was not as good as Ninja Steel. I would say, because Ninja Steel actually had some arcing.
I don't think we're gonna get an extended edition of Dimensions in Danger, because I think if that was gonna happen, it would have by now.
I think the extended fight with Tommy versus Tommy is the most that we were going to get, and that was released on YouTube. But I don't think there's going to be anything more with Dimensions in Danger. I think that was it. But yeah, there were I think it says a lot that that opening narration recapping what we were dealing with going into the it dramatically said they broke up. That's your level of stakes.
Who was saying that they care more about the B plots than the A plots.
Yeah, those were our stakes. It's
this is you guys. By the way.
That felt like it needed to be really.
So somebody
really
at one point was like, "Marissa, pay attention." I was like, "I am paying attention. This is where you are. You guys are here for me."
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Frankie?
He's looking at the laptop.
Is he thinking of putting his paws up on the coffee table?
No, I don't want him sniffing around wherever the mic is on the laptop.
I'm pretty sure that's way up there.
Fair enough. But yeah, Madame Odious, she finally said what her goal was during this episode for the time. And it was a goal that she had to pursue throughout the majority of the season. and really was just, it was less that that's been her goal. It didn't feel like that had been her goal for, 1,000 years or 100 years or whatever it was. It just felt like that's what her goal has been for these last like 3 episodes,
Actually,
with only half of that goal actually even being part of it.
You know what I'm thinking, actually?
What?
Okay, since I was just talking about LARP, right? And how it's
Yeah.
like game off, good show, guys. Everybody beat the bad guy of the weekend. That's what this season is like.
Yeah.
It's the season itself is like LARP, where somebody was trying to put out an overarching plot, and the PCs, i.e. the Rangers, did not go on the main plot.
In the main plot.
They just kept doing level grinding in the woods. Well, in this case, in the park. That's not a thing. No, I mean, like, instead of engaging like the overarching meta plot about, the something is monstrous or whatever is a thing, or somebody's trying to take over the town or whatever, they're busy over here with the minor subplot about the farmer who has bugs in his field, and then they're over here with the minor subplot about they're spending all their time on the side quests.
Yes, this is true.
It's like when you go to a game or a tabletop game and the players just will not stick to the main plot. The Rangers would not stick to the main plot.
I would say Ninja Steel as a whole has kind of had a couple major issues. What's up?
Astamona loves our cat.
Oh. Super Ninja Steel in particular, but this is as an extension of Ninja Steel. One of the issues is that the plot driver throughout both seasons, really, was Madame Odious. She was the one who kicked off, them going back to Earth to even get the Ninja Stars in the first episode of last season. She was the main villain all throughout this season. She, was part of the destruction of Galvanax, et cetera, et cetera. She was the main plot driver, and at no point did we feel like we knew what she wanted.
Excuse me.
And it wasn't in a mystery kind of way. It wasn't, oh, what is she after? Oh, what is she trying to do? It was, we genuinely felt like she had no clear defined goal, even within herself.
No, and that's where I was going with the whole thing. It's like, eventually, because the DMs want you to engage with the meta plot, they go and have the baddie do something really ostentatious that clearly wasn't part of the original storyline, just to drag everyone back to the final boss.
Oh, fair enough.
And that's what she did.
Well, she also, she was driving the plot all throughout, but she never seemed to be driving it in a particular direction.
Je vais soulette.
Yep.
I don't.
Farewell in French. Farewell in French.
The cast really did put in their work.
They were very likable.
Obviously, nobody hates the cast. I don't think. Zach says he doesn't hate the cast.
They were very likable.
I don't think anyone hates the cast.
There were definitely some wooden performances here and there, especially in this episode.
But everybody was really trying their best with the worst possible writing that they could have been given.
The whole thing.
I mean, like in Megaforce, we had some people who were not bringing the acting to the table. Yeah. And it could have been because they're not good at it, or it could have been because they were frustrating with the script. We don't know. But from what I've seen, in Ninja Steel, at the very least, no matter what kind of weird
stuff was going on,
they were handed kind of, this doesn't even make sense, and I'm embarrassed to be in the show right now. They still brought it 100% as actors.
I feel like they had all these different ideas that they decided they wanted to have in the finale, but none of them felt natural. Like the moment of Brody and Levi fighting Dane should have felt like a dramatic moment, and instead it just felt like, okay, this is apparently what's happening now.
I'm not sure what we're disagreeing on here, Anthony. We're talking about the actors, not the characters.
Yeah.
The cast was good. The writing was not.
Yeah. I'd say out of the cast, Brody was probably the weakest. I just felt like he wasn't. I don't know if that's the fault of William Shewfelt or not. I just felt like the character of Brody never really came together, and he never felt like a good fit for either version of whatever the character was trying to be.
I still don't understand why Redbot was even included.
Yeah, Redbot never really served a purpose in the plot, outside of occasionally providing some exposition. Like, he was the one who told the Rangers that that everybody was mind controlled, so that was useful. That was some bit of useful, so that they didn't get mind controlled. Not that they were anywhere near TV, but yeah.
I Redbot was superfluous, and it's a pity to have something superfluous that was clearly. I mean, they put some time and effort into that robot suit.
They made,
and some poor schlub had to be in the robot suit all the time, and there was no, there was no cause to torture someone like that for a superfluous character.
I look at so let's look at what actually happened in Super Ninja Steel. Madame Odious came back. She first had Deceptron, which tried to disable the Ninja Stars.
Yes.
We then had her do a mind control on Levi.
Yes.
We then had her try and destroy the city with a tsunami for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
We then had her getting everybody addicted to video games for some reason. We then had the Galactic Ninjas who she had fight the Rangers so that she could steal the medallions that I don't know why she couldn't just steal them from them to begin with for some reason, so that she can make Foxatron to fight the Megazord. And then what do you do next? What are you trying to do throughout all these?
I feel like maybe her original plan was Foxatron, and she had to move on to trying to steal the Ranger stars after that went south.
Well, the thing was, she wanted the stars supposedly from the beginning. But like from the second episode, she had Levi's star last season.
Yeah.
And then never did anything with it at any point.
We also never even so much as addressed the whole Sludge is in this dimension now and is alive thing.
Yeah.
And Mick and Dane never got to use their Red Ranger forms again.
Yeah, that was just
as Jesse Torres
came and went.
Pointed out to us.
Yeah, I was hoping that they might get their powers back for this episode, but no, they were there, but they didn't do anything. And that's another thing. Why has Dane not been involved in any of this? He's supposedly the world's greatest ninja, but he has no involvement in this fight that he must know his kids are engaged in.
He must know.
Like, we have no reason to assume the other parents have any idea what's going on.
They're in the dark.
But he clearly does. Like, he might not have we can't even say, okay, the Rangers lost their powers originally, so everything was back normal. But the moment that they got their powers back, he should have immediately connected, oh, my sons are Power Rangers again. I might want to be somewhat involved in their lives, in the plot, something. It was very strange how he just vanished from the story, despite every episode we were reminded that he exists in the opening narration.
Okay. 2 quick questions from Dyrano.
Okay.
Hurricane Megazord versus from Ninja Storm versus Shogun Megazord from MMPR 3. Who wins?
Ooh, I do really like the Shogun Megazord, but I will admit that the Ninja Storm Megazord does have versatility. The Storm Megazord does have versatility on its side, though. Did you say Hurricane Megazord?
Hurricane Megazord.
Yeah, that's like
Shogun Megazord.
Well, that's an Ultrazord level. Yeah, that's gonna win out.
Okay, and then the other question was MMPR Thunder Megazord versus Ninja Storm Thunder Megazord.
That's a tricky one. I might give the edge to. I'm going to give the edge to Ninja Storm Thunder Megazord just due to variety of attacks. The original Thunder Megazord just had its sword, whereas the Ninja Storm Thunder Megazord had a variety of weapons it could summon, and I think some long range attacks as well.
Fair enough.
So that gives it a little edge. But yeah, the Calvin and Haley drama.
Jesse's right. Too much drama.
It barely even was really part of this episode.
I mean, it was so shoehorned in there and took time away from the episode and was apparently the most important thing that the deep voice announcer man was talking about.
I wouldn't say it
broke up.
I wouldn't say it took time away from this episode, really. It was barely a thing.
In the last episode.
In the last episode, yeah, fair enough. It was definitely mishandled in the last episode. It felt very manufactured. It felt like it had as much.
It came out of nowhere and resolved itself just as fast, and she wound up apologizing for not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, and then and the thing was that none of that was even what their fight was about. It was weird.
I mean, he was overly honest, but the real problem wasn't the honesty. It was the fact that, for example, he included "you should have had props" when he was the reason she didn't have any.
He basically said, "I'm the reason that you failed, and it's not my fault." Like, that's just being a jerk. That's not being honest. That's just kind of twisting the knife. That's just not being nice.
It's like, oh yeah, not great. You should have had props. Yeah. I mean, I didn't bring the props, but it's not my fault. You should have had props.
Yeah, that was just a weird thing. There were so many little weird things throughout this whole season.
He was a jerk who felt like he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, except then he decided, oh, I was wrong because even though the last thing I remember before being brainwashed was hanging up on you.
Strongly suspect that that's one of those cases of when someone else apologizes, you feel a little more compelled to apologize. But in that case, what it really is that you're sitting here going, you couldn't apologize until she took part of the responsibility for something that was all yours.
Yeah.
Which is BS.
But it was like that was made into sort of this point of drama, and then the whole mind control thing was basically, oh, everybody is mind controlled into a uniform party except when it feels suddenly relevant for somebody to be engaged with the other Rangers, regardless of if...
Look, if they knew they had Dane, I could see why they would have sent him.
Just
like they knew they had Mick, but they did not know they had Calvin.
Well, I expect eventually they figured it out, but like, here's a question. What was Calvin doing there? Like, even if they did know, how did he end up on that platform without like going past Sarah? Why weren't any Basher bots with him? Why did he go out to fight Haley alone?
Okay.
None of that made any sense.
Dimensions in danger.
Just like, why is Dane attacking, them while they're attacking Brody and Levi while they're hiding in the bushes when no one else seems to notice them? Like, why is he attacking them alone? There's no reason for these mind-controlled characters to be acting that. There's no one directing them in that way. There's no reason for them to be in these locations apart from it's very much just manufactured drama. And it was manufactured drama with manufactured solutions.
Viewer question.
What's up?
Dimensions in danger. Ninja Steel Rangers. Should they have used the Blaze Megazord to help Tommy out?
I feel like Zords would have been a distraction, honestly.
And
it would have eaten up time.
the veteran Rangers should not have used theirs?
It would have eaten up time, I think.
And Anthony Davis asks, who was your least favorite Ranger this season?
Out of the Ninja Steel team? I mean...
I'm going to go with Brody because he was boring me.
I felt like Brody was probably the most mishandled character from the beginning, but Sarah got pretty rough there for a while because they kept giving her really stupid things to do, especially this season. You know what? I'll put it this way. I feel like Brody was the one that...
Hey, Master Rider. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. I felt like Brody was probably the weakest, was the most frustrating member of the cast last season. I think Sarah was probably the most frustrating this season.
I'm with you on that. Because he didn't have any consistent characterization, and she broke all of hers.
Exactly.
I will go with agree with Anthony that Calvin was starting to become more annoying though because of his repeated.
Well, specifically in these 2 episodes.
Well, not just these, but also when he was like running around being paranoid for no reason when she hadn't done anything.
Oh no, that was reasonable.
Trying to.
She was acting super sketchy.
Sorry,
in
not that
episode.
one. When he was, dude, you could have just told your friends that you needed an anniversary gift.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I get that you're trying to hide it from your girlfriend, but you could have brought your bros in on this instead of lying to them and making everything
that was
worse.
just all stupid.
Like, I get it's like just Preston knew, but there was no reason that he couldn't have told Brody and Levi as well.
So narrowing things down to this episode in particular, let's look at a few things here.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as like working through, Victor and Monty are given, these things that can destroy the ship because they're able to store them in their pants, even though they're told if you drop these, they will explode, regardless of apparently even if you drop them into your pockets. Like, the first one exploded and barely blew up a basher bot. The other 5 blew up the entire ship. They should not have blown up the entire ship. That should have blown up the equivalent of 5 basher bots. So that's something. We have Calvin is part of a group that is all together and then somehow becomes separated from that and goes to fight Haley on a platform without bypassing Sarah, who is holding the line against a bunch of basher bots, none of which joined Calvin. So that made no sense. We have, Mick and Madame Odious breaking into the base. Sure, that makes sense. Don't know why they had to show up outside the school first, in plain view. What favorite Neo Saban couple? Oh, Tyler and Shelby. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I did like Haley and Calvin most of the time. I felt like they were handled well most of the time until they manufactured drama between them. But yeah, we've got I'm losing my train here. Okay, apparently now Madame Odious is suddenly interested in the Super Ninja Steel again after having made no mention of it prior to now. Again, I don't know why they need to show up outside the base to basically announce their intentions. No one guarding the base did anything useful. The Basher bots were frequently guards on things and never did anything. Like, we're going to guard the base while Madame Odious and Mick are inside. And they just go behind them.
And any couple from Samurai or Megaforce? Well, absolutely.
Yeah. And then we have, as soon as Haley and Sarah are on board with the whole mass of humans, they just go right past Basher bots. They're just
they didn't even march out of the room with everybody else and then duck out in the hall.
Yeah.
No, they just out of there.
In front of the Basher bots. They just were useless.
Okay, I got it. BA games.
What's up?
What villain do you think will be in the Christmas special?
I know who's going to be in the Christmas special. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to spoil Marissa. It will become very, very clear when the time comes. That's going to be December 1st.
Okay. So I guess Jake already knows.
I've seen.
So he's spoiled and doesn't want to spoil me.
Yeah, I've seen the tagline. I know what I've seen the name of the episode. I've seen the tagline. I know what the Christmas special is more or less going to be about. I'm not going to spoil Marissa or anyone else on it who might not already know.
If you were guessing, it would be one thing, but you're not guessing because you know. So we're going to skip that one. Ninja Steel needed to stick to a plan and consistency, but who cares? Yeah.
One thing that, and I think about this kind of stuff a lot, is what could have...
a lot of stuff a lot.
I do. What could have helped save both Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel were commitments to core themes. Some sort of moral center or thematic center to stay on target where just in each episode, are we staying on target with these themes? Like
Maybe that's what Daniel Romano said when he said cardboard mixed horribly immoral.
Fair enough. Those are that's.
It's not a complete sentence, so I didn't understand it, but certainly seems applicable to what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking as far as what could have been the themes that would have made these stories work. During the first season, I think that the themes of family and fear could have been two solid themes that could have dovetailed together nicely to keep the season on track. Because there was the whole thing about, Brody looking for his dad and his brother, most of the Rangers coming from single parent households,
which they never addressed.
They never addressed that as, a continuing thing. If you just if you keep that in the back of your mind, have the Rangers, recognize this in each other and finding family together, that would have been an emotional arc for the season of them finding family together.
Did we ever see any part of Calvin's family?
No, we never did. He's the only one who we never saw a family member of. And then also, as far as fears, that's something to overcome. Like we have, Brody's fear of getting attached to a new group of people after being on his own for so long. Calvin's fear of driving. We could have gotten into Haley's fear of public speaking, dealing with her running for president. Sarah's fear of not achieving enough. Like all these different fears they could be overcoming as they find family together. And I think those could have been very strong themes to make the first season of Ninja Steel work. And I was thinking earlier today on what could have been two strong themes for this season. And I think it could have been the juxtaposition versus control. And what I mean by that is a lot of things that were sort of an undercurrent explicit with characters wanting control over the actions of other characters in some way. And not just coming forth and being kind and honest and working together with them. If you look, from the first episode, Madame Odious seized control of the Galaxy Warriors. Seized control of Galaxy Warriors. If it had been about, I had this great plan and the Rangers ruined it, I'm going to take charge, and it's about revenge on the Rangers because they, spoiled her tightly controlled planning. Not that it was ever tightly controlled, but if it had been a better executed plan during the first season, it could have been about seizing control. It's like, I want to get in there. I want to have something where I can be a part of the fight and I will overpower them and I'll show them who's in charge. And that could have been the theme leading into Foxatron. And then that would also connect well into the mind control plot. That connects well into her taking over, Levi's brain at the beginning. And he was the one who got away. We never, tied that in. And even looking at Calvin and Haley, it's a certain thing of, demanding to be, the one who's right, the one who's,
Yeah, those two.
And instead just working through it, finding those common grounds, finding things that it's like, okay, learn to be kind when you're found to be in the wrong. Learn to work together with people. Their teamwork, their desire to work together through common goals, can then be their strength going up against Madame Odious in the end. As she has just consolidated all the power just into herself, they have spread it amongst themselves, and then you have the same fight, but it has some thematic meaning. It's just little tweaks that can make a show work.
Teamwork. It makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork. Teamwork. You got a dream. You want to make it true. You need a team working up steam to make your dream work. Teamwork. It's Reading Rainbow. Come on.
That is from Reading Rainbow?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I do not remember that song.
Okay. So Master Rider Blue was saying that he thinks the most interesting thing about Ninja Steel was the Halloween episode with the Halloween court. And
that was weird.
The A Games asks, How about that Halloween court? Do you think we'll see them again in the Hasbro era? Why or why not?
I do not know. I'm not going to make a prediction on that. It didn't make sense either
How
time.
would you feel if we did see them again?
I would laugh like I did this time. It's like, this makes no sense, but they are
You're
committing
right.
to it.
They're committing to it.
I would hope that by this time they recognize that fans are not really on the Halloween court train. Nobody's really committed to that. Nobody's really like aching for the return of the Halloween court.
Nobody's aching for the return of the Halloween court.
I mean, if you're gonna make it a thing, just at least do it well. I feel like it hasn't really been done well, and it doesn't really make any sense. And if it just sort of quietly went away, I think people would be okay with that. So yeah, I feel like even if there wasn't a whole big, actual story arc going throughout the season, just some sort of thematic core could have at least given the sense of a direction in terms of each episode of the show matters in some way for these characters, as opposed to, okay, this is just what's happening because we're just like, this is the point in the season where we're going to do this. This is when we're going to do that.
What is your favorite Power Ranger season?
That was all in caps. It's Power Rangers in Space. That is
RPM.
Power Rangers in Space is excellent, fantastic. Power Rangers and the world.
A lot of parental bonus material in reference to class.
As
It's
compared
cool,
to Power
kiddo.
Rangers in Space, is the integration into the larger universe. That's what pushes Power Rangers in Space over the edge for me.
So I had a thought when you were talking about the whole teams and things like that. We could have also brought Victor and Monty into that. Because the whole
being kind to Victor and Monty and it actually paying off would have been a great thing.
That's one thing. But what I was going to say was that oh God, it's falling out of my head. Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
So Victor and Monty, the whole season, we were trying to get Victor's 50th trophy. Victor's 50th trophy. Victor's 50th trophy.
They made it about saving other people.
But it wasn't just Victor's 50th trophy.
It was for Monty
Victor
as well.
and Monty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He was part of that as well.
Monty was with him the whole time.
Yeah.
He was dragging him along. It was, Monty, you got to help me get my 50th trophy.
Yeah.
And when it became a thing that was for both of them, when
they both got the trophy together. That's true. I didn't notice, but they might. I didn't notice if both their names were on the trophy, but I imagine that it would have.
Well,
been.
the announcer said.
Yeah, he said Victor and Monty. That's good. That's a good thing. I like that.
Thoughts on Deca Ranger? Never watched it.
I would have liked a little bit more denouement to Victor and Monty to an extent. Like he got the trophy. The end.
That was the show in a nutshell.
Yeah,
we did the thing. The end.
I feel. Then again, they might appear in the Christmas special. I don't know.
Rose was a better. I did like Rose as a character, but I did not like Overdrive. The thing, it was bothersome, and the thing that bothered me most about Operation Overdrive was there was not a single problem that those Rangers faced that they did not directly cause themselves.
Or Hartford. Hartford also contributed significantly towards all the problems.
Well, he was their boss. He was part of the team.
Yeah.
Okay, the Mentor and Rangers together, they were not saving the world. They were CYAing.
I believe once again in Anaheim, as far as I can tell.
I don't think you could say that. Oh, yeah.
He was bad. Anytime that...
Before there was Kogure.
Yes.
There was Spencer.
It actually has quite some similar issues with Overdrive in terms of like its moral lessons, its characters. It just kind of... It's somewhat thin plotting to an extent. I'm generally frustrated. Found Overdrive more frustrating, at the very least at the time,
His dad and Sarah's mom got back together at the end of the episode. It was never mentioned again, but we can assume that that played out in a natural fashion from there on out. Whether they broke up or stayed together, whatever happened after that was actually between the two of them and not interference from Sarah.
Right.
Because we never saw it again.
So, yeah, I think we've kind of exhausted
the only villains the Overdrive team
for that one Fear Cat that they did release.
Except for the one.
Because the Fear Cats showed up to release a third.
Dating.
So,
you think? Okay, yeah. So that's basically where we're at. We're not really sure. Last we saw, they were still dating, but that was a while ago.
So yeah, Super Ninja Steel, very weak season.
Very weak season.
Did not have direction.
It was weak sauce.
The individual episodes were very muddled in terms of what lessons they were trying to teach and the execution of those lessons. There was a nice stretch of episodes in the middle. Like Outfoxed felt like it was on the right track. And then we had the cliffhanger with Caught red-handed.
Red-hatted.
I wouldn't be caught red-handed. Caught red-handed. Then Outfoxed seemed to be on the right track. Dimensions in Danger was very fun. Love Stings felt very solid. And then we just fell right apart with Fan Frenzy, Prepare to Fail, and Sheriff Skyfire, Tech Support. Like Car Trouble was like okay, but it apparently existed to set up Happy to Be Me, which was complete nonsense. Tynamon and Brax served no purpose. Badana served no purpose. Like they didn't really do much of anything. Like Tynamon, yeah, he brainwashed Mick with his low ray gun. The ray gun that Madame Odious shrunk. So I realized this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of Tynamon, as far as his contribution to the plot, was that he was tiny so he could sneak up on Mick. But Madame Odious has shrinking powers. So it could have been just a bash.
That was an annoying episode.
There was just a lot of problems individually and structurally throughout the season. And I feel like if they had committed to some themes, that could have straightened out a lot of things. If they had committed to what they want their central morality to be and the central theme of their story to be, I think that could have worked. Because what ended up happening was the lessons that they taught didn't work. They ended up fumbling the lessons at the end, teaching the wrong lesson, bringing characters in out of nowhere because now's the time for them to appear, and then they vanish just as quickly.
Apparently Galvanax was Brax's daddy.
In the Sentai. Yes.
I knew about
I knew about
Badana
that.
being his mom, but I did not know that Galvanax was his daddy.
And Badana was Galvanax's wife in the I believe in the Sentai.
As Anthony just informed me. So yeah, I knew about Badana.
It definitely the Saban Brands era is not exactly ended on a high note. It hasn't really had.
We went out with a whimper.
Yeah.
Not a bang.
There were some sweet moments. We got some decent fights and shots in there, but it was overall just.
Overdrive was bad. Megaforce was boring, and Jesse would rather have boring than. Bad than boring, since at least bad is memorable. And that is, to me, a decent argument for Overdrive over Megaforce.
Well, Overdrive was also just better produced. I'm not going to deny that. It was better produced than Megaforce was.
Yeah.
It's been that were not appropriate, I thought. Yeah, and this final episode, and it's even more underwhelming, I think, than the last season, because last season, at least, even if the resolutions of things in the finale were things that hadn't been talked about in a while, there was at least some build up to them.
And you know what? This would not have been a bad first season of a 2-part season finale.
Yeah, it would be okay.
But there's more that you expect from the series finale than the season finale.
Yeah, and this one, This is the top of the tower that you climb up to throughout the season, and it was supported on nothing. There was no.
You sit at a throne of light.
It was just there was no emotional investment that had been built up to this point. It just.
We didn't even go out on a majestic bleep. We went out with a plain old bleep.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think we've probably gone on more than long enough.
Yeah, it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. So I appreciate everybody's questions and everybody sticking with us through this to chat about the season and different things. And I hope that at least we have a fun Christmas special, and I hope that we see some improvement next season. And I hope that if Power Rangers production team, if you guys are still following with us, because I know that you do check in on our channel occasionally, I hope you've taken these live reactions with the spirit in which they're intended, which is our genuine thoughts and what we would genuinely like to see from the show and what we think the problems are, so that hopefully it can help contribute to a better show. That's what I hope. If the production team is still following along with us, I hope that is what they're taking away from this, and not that we like hate the show or anything, just that we want it to do better.
Power / Rangers was 2015, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, that is
the fan film. The
fan film. Yes.
Yeah, no,
So yes, the 2015 really dark Power Rangers movie, and I said,
that was
Power
15.
/ Rangers. Yes, we've seen it.
Yeah, that was 15 minutes.
Yes,
yeah, we saw that. It was honestly hilarious with how dark it was. So I don't want to keep dragging things out any longer. Yeah, we are very G-rated. So thank you again for following us through Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, as well as Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge before that. And do our next live reaction on Power Rangers on December 1st. And we'll see you guys in the Lupin Ranger live reactions.
Yes, I was going to say, we'll be back here for
we will
Power
continue
Rangers
to do our Sentai
when there's Power Rangers again.
Yep.
But in the meantime, Sentai just keeps plugging along, so join us on Tuesdays.
So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Sadly underwhelming finale, Ninja Steel. That work for a tag? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Thank you again, guys. And yes, I will try and get word out on 86 as soon as possible. Thank you again. You have a great night.